Hi everyone, I'm Deanne from Newfoundland, Canada. Welcome to my Flosstube channel. If you're here for the first time, I'm happy to see you. Please think about subscribing. And if you're one of my subscribers, I'm so glad that you decided to come back and join me. This is episode number 32. I don't know, I'm distracted today, sorry. I'm looking out the window and it's a beautiful sunny day. And even though there's snow on the ground, it looks lovely, and so my eyes may wander that way. This is a recap of my March Madness and a chat about my plans for April and a little bit about May. So it's going to be a bit of a long one, I'm sorry, but I know some people have followed along all month when I've been putting up my little videos, but I wanted for those who weren't interested in doing that to know what happened in March. So I stitched 11,038 stitches during the month, and that blows me away. I don't think I've ever stitched that much in a month in my life, but it was fun. Like I said in my last little update, it forced me to stitch every day, even if I really wasn't in the mood. I really wanted to stick to the plan. The videos every 3 days might have been a little bit more than I could have handled. I think if I do it next year, which I'm probably going to do, I may cut down on the number of videos. Like I said, some days you just don't want to wash your hair, but I feel like I need to look presentable to do a video. But yeah, I really enjoyed it for my first March Madness, and it really was madness. But I'm going to show you what I stitched and how much I stitched on each piece. I'm going to start with I figured I'd go through the losers. It was easier than go through the winners because you'd never get to see the losers. So let's get started. So round one, first bracket, and I'm going to put up a picture of the final product of each of these. And I may not say that each time, but I will. Quick Stitch Iris by Josephine Wall, and I have my cards here, so I may glance over there to make sure I get the information correct to you guys. For Heaven and Earth Designs, this is my focus on finishing for this year, and I'll talk a little bit about my plans for April, how I'm gonna try and get this done this month. It's stitched 2/2 on a 28 count even weave, and I don't know the name of the fabric, but it does have a bit of modeling to it. I can see a bit of peach and green in the fabric, but here we are. So I stitched, I gotta move those out of the way, 517 stitches in March, and Pattern Keeper tells me I'm at 83.62%. I'm thinking I'm closer to 84.5, 85%. Because for those of you who've been following me, I started stitching from the paper before I knew what PDFs and that Pattern Keeper was. And so I recently bought the PDF, and I've entered everything I had completed on the top 2 pages because that's all done. That was easy to enter. And the 3rd page, I have it all entered as I'm stitching and what I had stitched. On the 4th page, I have a little bit stitched. But that's not entered because I want to make sure I didn't have a mistake in it before I entered it. So 84-ish, 84, 85-ish%. So it's going to get done this year. Next loser was Ada by Mirabilia. And she is stitched 2/2 on an opalescent that I don't know the name of, but I'm pretty sure it's Silk Weavers. This is my oldest WIP. I'm struggling to even put a few stitches in her. I got 225 stitches in. I don't want to UFO it, but if I get 10 stitches in at a time, I'll be happy. So here she is. Just a few minutes to show you guys what it looks like. Then our next loser was Snowflake Wonder, or Mini Snowflake Wonder, or Quick Stitch Snowflake Wonder by Lisa Victoria for Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is stitched 2/2 on a 28 count ice blue, and you'll notice as we go through. Ice blue is one of my favorite fabrics. I got 491 stitches in, and I'm at 11.31% right now. And I'm doing this one diagonally. I'm almost at the bottom of my diagonal. Whoop. There we go. Hopefully it's all in. So he's coming along pretty quickly. 2 over 2 goes a whole lot faster than 1 over 1. Then we had the letter D by Nora Corbett, which is stitched 2 over 2 on a 32 count Spring Garden by Silk Weavers. And there we are. And I changed a number of color, well, the flower colors. The colors I have pink were yellow, and the color and the flowers I have yellow I think were blue, something along that line. Then we had Mini Hometown Hero Baseball by Donna Gelsinger for Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's done 1 over 1 on a 28 count sapphire blue. I got 254 stitches, and I'm at 2.56%. And there we are. Just the baseball uniform is starting to show up. Then we had River's Edge. This one I'm going to show you what it looked like when it was done at the end of its session. It's a new start, and it doesn't look like that now, because when the poll was over for that bracket, I was putting it away and I was hauling out the next bracket, and my full coverage for that one, I believe was Anne of Green Gables, looked so much nicer than the River's Edge start. And it was really like a big clump on the fabric, really tight, and none of my other full coverage looked like that. It's the same piece of fabric that I started the Under the Sea stitch along from the Cottage, the cross stitch studio, that I scrapped and decided I wasn't going to continue because I didn't really like the pattern. So I tossed the fabric, and last night, after I didn't stitch on the winner because the poll wasn't done yesterday. It was done this morning. So I pulled out another piece of fabric and started, and it looks so much nicer. But I'm doing this one cross country, I think, instead of diagonally like I do all my others. We'll see how it goes. So it is now stitched 1 over 1 on lichen gray. And you're not going to see much because it's really, really pale. I did a few stitches of white to start me off in the corner, and then the color I picked was 775. So this is what I have done. My 499 stitches that I had done in the March Madness. And that was it. And then next we have Queen of Hearts, which was my birthday start last year. And this is by Rachel Anderson. These are all Heaven and Earth designs, all the full coverage. And I got 770 stitches, and I'm at 0.55%. And there we are. There's a lot of fabric here and a lot of black stitches. And that's that one. And then we got Anne of Green Gables, which was the last loser in the first round. And this is quick stitch, quick stitch, or is it mini? I gotta go back and see what Pride and Prejudice is. Whatever Pride and Prejudice is, this one is. I only have Anne of Green Gables written down, but I think, let me see. Quick Stitch, Anne of Green Gables by Amy Stewart. And I got 368 stitches, and I'm at 0.39%. And there we are. Which doesn't show a whole lot. And then now on to the second round. So the first loser of the second round was Quick Stitch Pride and Prejudice by Amy Stewart. I got 1,000 stitches done. Yes, because it was 2 rounds, right? I'm like, I did 1,000 stitches, oh, but it got 2 rounds. So I am at 6.62%. And here we are. Hopefully I'm not too close and you can actually see all of it. So very close to the end of that little bit of stitching right there. That is the end of the diagonal. So I just have to join this together and I'll be at the end of the diagonal. Then, after Pride and Prejudice was Mini Sunflower by Marianne Broom for Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is stitched 1/1 on 25 count. My only 25 count. I don't know how I ended up with a 25 count when everything else is 28. And the color of the fabric is Daffodil. And sorry, there's a thread there. I got 623 stitches and I'm at 22.73%. So there we go. Next we have, let's see. I can figure out who it is. Oh, Circle of Friends. No, yes, Circle of Friends by Mirabilia. And this is stitched 2/2 on 28 count Boo linen. This is my only linen in the 28 count. And I got 760 stitches. And there we are. She's coming along pretty good. So next time I'll continue down her dress. None of my mirrors are really calling to me, but Ida is the worst. This one and letter D are not too bad. The Mermaids of the Deep Blue, I've really actually been drawn to that because I've done several rounds on that one. I have Fairy Roses as well, which doesn't really call to me either. What else is new? Next we have Fleur de Lis by Jeanette Douglas Designs. And this is stitched 2/2 on a 28 count. And I don't know what color, but I would say it's either off-white or ivory. I'm guessing ivory. I got 689 stitches done on this, and this is where we are. We are on row number 13. I did get an answer back from Jeanette on the color of the corn. So if any of you are stitching this, it's 782. But it wasn't on my thread list. So I'll get back to that next time that comes around. That was it for the second round, our quarterfinals. Our semifinal losers are the two I was most disappointed in them losing because they're my two favorite things that I'm stitching right now. Even though I love everything, these two have really pulled to the front of what I want to stitch on. So we have First Signs of Spring by Cottage Garden Sampling. And I got 1,259 stitches done on Mr. Robin. Here he is. I really enjoyed stitching on this, and I have to, this is a focus with Iris this month because I just ordered the second piece I want to stitch in this. It's going to be my birthday start, and it is Strawberry Harvest. So this one has to get done before I can start at that one on my birthday. And our other loser was Little Things sampler by Stitches Through the Years. And I got 1,146 stitches done on this in March. And I didn't tell you what First Signs of Spring was stitched on. It's stitched 1/2 on a 36 count, wheat linen that I dyed with pearl gray and denim. And I love how it turned out. And I have to get something similar for the other 3 that I have planned for the series. And I ordered my linen on 1, 2, 3 stitch, and I want to order a piece for Strawberry Harvest, and it's out of stock. I hope it comes back before the end of the month. Now, I don't know if when I get First Signs of Spring done, if I will have enough fabric there to do another one. I'm thinking I won't, which is too bad, because if I did, then it would be easy. I'd just stitch the other one on the other half of the piece. This one first is stitched on 36 count light mocha, and here we are. I know I have to slide back because this is a long piece, so hopefully you can see the border is all done on that side. There's a band at the bottom, so that it doesn't have to match up, which is really good. And then I've got over half of the motifs done across the top. Now, our finalists. So our runner-up, well, I will put up the poll results, and our runner-up is Sunflowers in Summer by Cottage Garden Sampling. The Cottage Garden. Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm never going to learn to pick the right one. I got 1,054 stitches put in. So it looks nothing like the original design because I've taken out the words and I'm trying to just fudge around to make it work. But there it is. I actually have to take the windows out because I made a major mistake. The top half of the windows are a lot longer than I made them. But that was where the pattern split and I got confused. So, and drum roll, please. Our winner is Mermaids of the Deep Blue by Mirabilia. And I got 1,181 stitches on it. Here we go. Oh, back. I don't know if you're getting. I'm gonna stand up so make sure that you guys can see it all. Hopefully, yes. It's really, really long. I did get my mojo back on this one during the month. I did. First round, not so much, but the other two, definitely. And it deserves a full day of stitching. Not sure when that day is going to be, but that was March Madness. I have to adjust on my seat, sorry. I feel like I'm too far away now. I don't want to roll over everything. Okay. Now, if you still stick around after all of that, what's going to happen going forward? Well, I only got one day on a WIPCO project in March. Numbers 2 and 22 were called. I got a day on number 2, Iris, during the March Madness. So I have to catch up on that, 2 more days on that. And then 22 was Jumping Jacks, which was a Halloween project. that I was working on, and so I have to catch up on that. And then for April, number 5 was called, which was Fleur de Lis, so I'll be able to get my corn done. And number 17, which was Smell My Feet, which is a little one from La Di Da that I was doing in the fall, so I will spend some time on that, and it will probably get finished in the 3 days. So that's that part of April. Other than that, in April, I'm picking 3 pieces that I'm going to focus on, which is Iris, Sure Signs of Spring, and River's Edge, because that one is for my son, and I want to get it done fairly quickly before he falls out of love with ducks. Not sure that that's going to happen anytime soon, but I don't want to take that chance. So those are 3 focus pieces for me for April. And when I'm going to at least get 100 stitches in each one of them every day. And then if one of them calls me and I want to put more in it, I will. If not, I have borrowed from Angie of Angie Slowly Crafts and Alicia of Adventures of Stitching their stitching wheel. I'm calling it a goals wheel. So I have a wheel with all my projects, and then the goals wheel gives me choices of stitching an hour, or putting in 100 stitches if it's full coverage, do a percentage, those types of things. So if I get my goal of my 100 stitches or so on those 3 projects and I want to do something else, I can spin my project wheel, spin my goal wheel, and work on that. May is All About Me month because it's my birthday month and it's Mother's Day, so I get to at least have 2 days all about me in a year. They happen to fall in the same month. I'm starting strawberry harvest on my birthday, but for the rest of the month, last year I started something new every week and spent the week stitching on that project. I think this year I'm going to focus on my full coverages. So each week I'm going to stitch on a different full coverage, and I'm going to start a full coverage. That's my plan. I have 4 or 5 full coverages that I have in my stash that I really want to start. So I don't know if I'll start all of them, but I'll at least start a couple of them. That's my idea. Floss 2, I've been, following my regulars, Stitching Moon, my Daily Haid, Helen D, who I'm going to talk about a bit more here. But I've started watching Alara as well, and she's got like 26 videos, I think. She makes long videos. Most of them are an hour long. But I'm enjoying watching them. I think she has about 26 and I'm about 17 in. So I'm getting through them and I'm really enjoying them. So I'll link all of those people down below that I mentioned. Stash, I just have a little tiny bit. Helen Daly, has put out a design. She put out some free ones before, but this one is for sale. It's only available on Cobweb Corner, and I'll link her down below. And it's Flamingo Frolic, and she gives you the pattern to do the stand-up, and there's a little pillow, and it is so adorable. I had to go and buy it right away. And I think that's going to be somewhere in my summer plans. And then I got the March Thread of the Month Club from Brennan Needle. And this is going to be my little Newfoundland kind of chat, because they're all their threads are Newfoundland names. So first up, hopefully you can see that one really well. It's got a white base, but it's got oranges and yellows and little bits of brown and everything. And this is called Jigs and Reels. Now, Jigs and Reels is a radio show that comes on the weekend on one of our local channels, and it's all like Newfoundland/Irish music, and I listen to it when I'm in the car on the weekend, so I think it's a great show. Then we have this one, which hopefully you can see well as well. And this is Kitchen Party. And there's nothing in Newfoundland like a kitchen party. Everybody is sat around the table with drinks and food, and somebody brings out a guitar or maybe an accordion or a fiddle, and you have a grand old time at a kitchen party. And this one is a blue base, and it's got like bright blues and oranges and little bits of pretty much any color under the sun. And third and last one is this one, which is like a brown tan, and it's got a little tiny bit, hopefully you can pick up a little bit of blue in it. And this one is called The Antelope's Crew. The Antelope's Crew is from the song Barrett's Privateers, which is by Stan Rogers, who is Nova Scotian. But there's a group here called the Irish Descendants that did a great version of it, and I'm going to link that one in the description. And that is it for haul. I've got a couple of things I ordered today that'll be here in a little while. And last but not least, yesterday I gave you a sneak peek at this, and I forgot crinkles again. I'm sorry. And as you can see by the label, I have to thank Cheryl and Patty for sending me this to pass on to my subscribers. So you have to like the video, you have to be a subscriber, you have to be 18 and older, and all of those rules. Please don't, on your comment, say giveaway or prize or any of that stuff. And I'm going to crinkle again because I have to show you what you have a chance to win. What we have is this. It's white, but it's got little bits of pink in it, and it's called peppermint knobs. And peppermint knobs are a candy sold by a local company called Purity Factories. And every Christmas, there's a dish with peppermint knobs on everybody's table. And this one, which is pink, and it's got some lighter spots in it as well. Hopefully you can pick that up. And this one is called Holidays Around the Bay Nanny Ing's Lipstick, which is quite the cool name. And then we have it is 14 count, and it's size 14 by 19.5, and it's called Great Big Sea. And Great Big Sea is a local band that was around for years. They've disbanded in the last few years, but I know that if you're Canadian, you know who Great Big Sea is. And it's open, my draw is open to anyone. It doesn't matter where you are. I would like for you to tell me something you enjoy about spring. Whether it's gardening or walking or getting seeds on the go, whatever. But I want you to use the word spring in your comment. And thank you all for joining me. That's it. And we will see you probably in a couple of weeks. Bye. Hi guys. Just a minute to tell you that I forgot to tell you I was going to add a little video at the end of my cat. My son turned on this show a few weeks ago called Hope for Wildlife on BBC Earth, and it's about a wildlife rescue in Nova Scotia, and we've really been enjoying watching it. But Kitty has loved it. I can't get over. She sits and stares at the TV at the animals. So I took a little video of her, just a few seconds last week, and I thought I'd end this video with it just for a little laugh for you guys. All right, see you again. Bye.